Percy the Small Engine. Percy's Promise. A mob of excited children pulled out of Annie and Clarabel one morning and raced down to the beach. "They're the Vicar's Sunday School," explained Thomas. "I'm busy this evening, but the station master says I can ask you to take them home." "Of course I will," promised Percy. The children had a lovely day, but at tea time it got very hot and dark clouds loomed ahead. Then came lightning, thunder and rain. The children only just managed to reach shelter before the storm began. Annie and Clarabel stood at the platform. The children scrambled in. "Can we go home, please, station master?" The station master called Percy to take the children home. "Please," he ordered. The rain streamed down on Percy's boiler. "Ah!" he shivered, and thought of his nice dry shed. Then he remembered. "A promise is a promise," he told himself. His driver was anxious that the river was rising fast. It foamed and swirled fiercely, threatening to flood the country any minute. The rain beats in Percy's face. "I wish I could see. I wish I could see." They left the cutting and found themselves in water. "Oh!" shivered Percy. "It's cold," but he struggled on. "Whoosh!" he hissed. "It's sloshing my fire." They stopped and backed the coaches to the cutting. They waited while the guard found a telephone. He returned looking gloomy. "We couldn't go back if we wanted to," he said. "The bridge near the junction is down." The fireman went to the guard's van carrying a hatchet. "I want some dry wood for Percy's fire, please." They broke up some boxes, but that did not satisfy the fireman. "I'll have some of your floorboards, please," he said. "I only swept the floor this morning," grumbled the guard, but he found a hatchet and helped. Soon they had plenty of wood stored in Percy's bunker. His fire was burning well. He felt warm and comfortable again. "Oh dear," thought Percy, "Harold's come to laugh at me." Bump! Something thudded onto Percy's boiler. "Oh!" he exclaimed in a muffled voice. "Not funny. He didn't throw things." His driver unwound a parachute from Percy's front. "Harold isn't throwing things," he laughed. "He's dropping us drinks." They all had a drink of cocoa and felt better. Percy had steamed up now. "Beep! Thank you, Harold," he whistled. "Come on, let's go." The water lapped his wheels hard. He shivered. It crept up and up. It reached his pan. Then it sloshed his fire. Shh! Percy was losing steam again, but he plunged bravely on. "I promised," he panted. "I promised." They piled more wood and managed to keep him steaming. "I must," he gasped. "I must. I must." He made a last great effort and stood exhausted but triumphant on rails to clear the flood. He rested to get steam back. Then he brought the train home. "3 cheers for Percy," called the vicar, and the children nearly raised the roof. The fat controller arrived in Harold. First he thanked the men, then Percy. "Harold told me you were a wizard, Percy," he snorted. "He says he can beat you at some things, but not at being a submarine. I don't know what you'll both be playing at, and I won't ask, but I do know that you're a really useful engine." "Oh, sir," whispered Percy happily.